Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Average Blokes. Welcome back to the Average Blokes podcast, where we on this podcast prove we're above average. And to do that with me today is my good friend Troy. How are you going, Troy?
Jackson, you've ruined it for me.
I know, that's the idea.
Oh, well.
I can't let you keep having fun, you know.
Oh, man. I was going to get rid of the background stuff, but I suppose it doesn't matter.
You can still blur it, it's fine.
I'm trying to figure that out without changing things.
We don't care about your dirty house.
Oh, there we go. Change background. My dirty house. My house is clean. We're going to switch that to blurred.
Yeah, he's getting defensive about his house.
My
folks.
house is the cleanest house you will ever see. There we go. Now it's good.
Yeah, I guess. Ian Andrews is pretty closest too.
Their house cannot be beat. It's true.
Yes.
Their house is on a level of its own.
How have you been?
I've been good.
Keeping out of trouble?
Keeping out of trouble.
Finishing at 11:30 a.m.?
No, I finished at 2 o'clock today. It was a late day.
Oh, that is late for you.
Yeah, it's because my first job was... I could have sent it back. There were some out of spec spots, but I went, oh, no, I can do... Because we only had 2 jobs today, so I was like, yeah, I can do it.
Fair enough. I finished at 2:30 as well, so I started at Morwell, which is about an hour and a bit drive from here, and then finished that job about 12:30, and then came home and I went to Fountain Gate, to do a job at the Myer store there. So yeah,
and I was going to join you for it, yes.
Yeah, but then you were already driving home, and your mother was there, which I didn't see.
Oh, it would have been perfect timing. Because get this right, so. Obviously, I was like, do I want to wait half an hour or drive and meet Jackson at Fountain Gate? And I was like, I'm dirty. I just want to go home and relax. I'm tired. I've now got a headache. I'm glad I went home. But then I get a call from Judy. I'm just at Fountain Gate. I'm like, oh, what a coincidence. Jackson's at Fountain Gate. And then like 2 hours later, Courtney's like, Courtney calls me up and she's telling me about how bad the traffic is. And then she goes, I could have just gone to Fountain Gate and spent an hour there. And I'm like, yeah, and if you could have, and if I'd gone there, you could have met me there. So
you could have had kin or like Nando's, or you could have had you could have had Schnitz. You could have had, I don't know if they've got Zambrero there, but you could have had Krispy Kremes. That's actually there.
Yes, Krispy Kremes. I could have gone for some Krispy Kremes.
You could have had Pie Face, which wasn't there.
Pie Face? What are you talking about?
I'm slowly leading into what we're going to be doing today, Troy.
Are you?
Yes.
I haven't noticed. You certainly, yes, you didn't.
You could have had KFC there. You could have had.
I could have
Fantasia.
I could have had any takeaway, but why have takeaway when the best food is at home?
I mean, that's true. It's
homemade,
cheaper.
home brewed. Nothing beats home brewed food.
Gosh.
And that's why, Jackson.
Yes.
That's why this is me leading into the topic and you going, we'll start with our topic.
Well, all right then. If you're
don't worry, we'll get synced into it another time. We'll get it right next time. We'll try. What you wanted more? You wanted more small talk.
Well, we're recording. No, it's completely fine. I really don't have much small talk to be giving you, honestly, except for the fact that I thought it was getting warmer today, but then it came cold and it started raining, and I'm like, oh no, it's still winter.
You know it is warm. Fast food can be pretty weird.
That's a good lead-in. All right, that's my lead-in. We're going with that. So for those, we are doing a fast food Aussie tier list.
Clearly professional.
Yeah. Now,
clearly,
Troy.
Unlike Jackson here, I am a fast food connoisseur.
And I'm a fast...
And he's a fast food person that eats it sometimes.
I'm a fast food... what are those people on Twitter called? Influencer.
Fast food influencer. I like to, before I eat my fast food, I like to influence it first.
Gotta give that free advertising.
Listen, Mr. Burger. You don't understand. I know people. I've met people. You don't know the people. You want to get eaten by someone? I'll find someone famous to eat you up, Mr. Burger, sir.
Now, Mr. Bell, I can.
Mr. Bell.
Mr. Bell, you give me some of your finest nachos and I'll do an ad on Instagram for you where I'll get a reach of 20 people and that is it.
Oh, I thought you meant literally the food. Like a food influencer. I thought you mean like you mean a person who for food companies influencers. Like like listen to me, Colonel, I love your stuff. Okay, that game, Colonel, I love you, Colonel Sanders. I haven't played it yet, but I will. I swear I will play it.
Oh yeah.
I've still got it.
There's also the dad dating sim, and then the Colonel's in it.
But if you endorse me, I will eat a Zinger burger, and I will enjoy it on camera.
Just for you,
Colonel. Just for your secret. And all you have to pay me with is them secret herbs and spices.
Yeah, just give me the secret recipe and we'll call it a day.
Give me the recipe! I want it! Oh, that's not going to do well. That's going to be loud.
Obviously, because you were yelling to the microphone.
I need them. You got to be loud sometimes, Jackson. It's just when you want the chicken. Crispy chicken.
I want to ask you, how many of these places that we have on this list have you not heard of?
I was going to say actually, let me have a look at my thing. So I have heard of Fantasia, but I've never seen a Fantasia.
Yep.
And
Same
I have
here.
Some of them I can't even see at the moment. I'm just going to scroll down real quick.
One I haven't heard of definitely is Fantasia. Haven't heard of Pizza Cappas. Alibaba. I did some quick Google searching before. Apparently, it's Victoria.
Been to Alibaba?
No.
It's great. It's a kebab place. It's great.
I know. That's what I found. That's what I found out.
It's the best.
And Bucking Bull is mainly in Queensland and some parts of New South Wales.
What did you just say?
You heard me. Bucking.
Yeah, but I've never heard you say fucking bull. I never heard you say.
You bucking mother bucker.
You know that's. I mean, you can pretend you're not swearing, but you might as well be. I mean, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Don't be a buckwit. All right.
Don't be a. Oh, that's good.
I like seeing the ads on your thing though. It's very nice.
Oh, yeah, I know. I want to play that weird game that they're promoting down the bottom right of my screen. Don't know what it is.
Have you heard of ad blocker?
Have you heard of Raid Shadow Legends?
Anyway, I finally got them all up here. I'm glad we found this website because I could not be bothered searching for all the other different places. This is all the main ones I can think of. But I haven't heard of Donut Time.
There's an
Pizza
absentee here. There's a restaurant that's not on this list, which I'm kind of not surprised by, but I think it's because it's mainly South Australia, and that one is called Barnacle Bill's. It's basically
I've heard of Barnacle Bill's.
Yeah, it's a fast food seafood store. No.
Isn't I was going to say, is it blue and white?
Yes.
Yeah, there was a Barnacle Bill's actually near in Fetch Gully. There used to be one. This particular store, it is amazing because it's like it's cursed or something because it was originally a KFC, and then it shut down many years ago. Then someone finally bought it out. It became Barnacle Bill's.
Yeah.
And then that shut down pretty quickly. And then it became, I'm trying to think, one of those, a burger. Was
it Food Star? Oh, no.
There was a On It Burger. Yeah, it became On It Burgers.
Oh, so that's that curse.
And that's not on this list. We need to put On It Burgers. And yeah, you know the one I'm talking about now.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
And now it's closed again and just completely, it's even, the shop was, when it was originally a KFC, they actually tore down the building and rebuilt it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it's still, I swear, it's cursed.
They should just knock the building down. They should just knock the building down and turn it to something else.
And I'm not sure, this is going back probably 20 years, so when I was like 8 or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think it used to be a Pizza Hut.
Oh, okay. Poor Pizza Hut.
Which reminds me, Pizza Hut. Oh, it is on that list.
Yes, it is. Second on the list. So,
oh, you know what else? Oh, good, Domino's is there too.
Yeah, which is good.
I haven't heard of sumo salad.
No, neither, but I've seen them in the city.
Put your phone away, Jackson.
I can't help if your wife is putting flaming messages in the group chat.
Oh, well, I'm not. My phone didn't do any dings. I don't think.
Maybe already got it muted.
I think it mutes him after like 3 or 4 messages.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go ahead with this podcast, we advise you to turn off your phones and keep the cross tray up section thing I don't know. So I was trying to do an airplane bit there, but I couldn't figure the script. But anyway.
This podcast is sponsored by Pokemon. Pokemon, go back to where you came from.
Pokemon go home and play, I don't know.
Rocket League.
Well, Pokemon Sleep was the thing that was announced, but that hasn't actually came to fruition yet.
I actually saw that when I went to the shops. I was like, oh, I could get that for Jackson for Christmas or something. Or
wait, what did you see?
The new Pokemon games that are coming out soon.
Oh, the games. I've already got them. Don't worry. I've already got them.
I thought they weren't out, or did they just come out? Or
November.
something?
No, there was one that came out. One came out in November last year. Then one came out in January this year.
But there's new ones coming out this November.
Yes, there is. Correct. That is true.
What?
So
Podcast. I'm glad it's blurred. She's in her pajamas. I mean, you can still see bits of it, but...
white and black, that's all I can see.
She's not wearing bad pajamas, but still.
Who cares? They're just pajamas.
We'll fix that in post.
You actually going to do post work?
No, don't be ridiculous. In fact, I couldn't find the bit where I didn't make sound from the last episode.
Okay.
I didn't search very hard, like when my microphone cut, so I just went, forget it.
Fair enough.
I'll fix it post.
Oh, he's going to do post. All right. So everyone check out his post work when he uploads it.
All right. So before we get into the tier list, I'd just like to point out the difference between our tier list. Now, you've gone with the standard tier list.
Yes.
And I believe that complete trash wasn't there. Is that correct?
No, that was there.
Okay. So that was there. So it was Don't Know, Complete Trash, D, C, A, B, S.
Yep.
And if you have a look at mine, which you can't see at the moment because I'm not screen sharing it, but I've got, for the top tier, I've got SSL, GC.
You should explain to people what these actually
I was going to afterwards. C3, D3, G3, and S3, and at the bottom I've got bronze. For those who don't know, those are the ranks of Rocket League, which is SSL is Supersonic Legend, GC is Grand Champ. C3 is Champ 3, and you'll figure out the rest.
Yeah.
And it's actually perfect. It's actually perfectly appropriate because you've got Don't Know, and I've got Bronze, which is the same thing, and then you've got Complete Trash, and I've got Silver 3.
All those Silver 3 players out there just got absolutely, wrought, and they're pissed off. Yeah. So let's get into this, right, Troy? I think this first one, we pretty much know where KFC is going to be going.
Yeah, right at the top there.
Yeah, I mean, the burgers are good, the chips are good. The popcorn chicken, the Go Buckets. Have you had the Go Buckets? The Go Buckets are so good.
Yeah, of course. KFC has long been my favourite.
Yeah.
For a long time.
It's kind of funny because my dad had a period of time when he was addicted to KFC. He used to get KFC a day.
Oh, Jackson, I love the chicken.
That's not how my dad sounds.
Chicken.
My dad sounds kind of a little high pitched.
Your dad doesn't sound like that, except when he gets KFC chicken. Oh, Jackson, would you mind getting me some KFC chicken?
Look, I didn't think we'd come to a point on this episode where we talked about how my dad sounds, but no, he doesn't sound like that. Your mum
goes, oh, you're getting chicken.
Surprisingly, compared to my dad, I have a deep voice, like a really deep voice, I feel.
I'm trying to remember what your dad sounds like. We both sound pretty similar.
Yeah, kind of. He's a bit, I don't know how to put it, but he's, not as deep as my voice.
So tell me, Jackson, why do you like KFC?
Oh my gosh. So the chips for stars are really good. And I feel like the chips at KFC have never changed.
That's true.
Like they've stayed true to that recipe forever. The popcorn chicken is like the perfect snack to somewhat degree. And the Go Buckets are a great combination.
True. What about original recipe though?
Okay, so the thing is with KFC, right? When I go to KFC, I always get the burgers or the wraps. I don't go there to get the pieces. Because the thing is, right, like basically what they have in pieces is what they have in the burgers. So it's kind of like this. You kind of already get minus the bone.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You can get boneless, but fair enough.
You probably pay a little bit extra, don't you? Though.
I mean, yeah, but you're still paying extra for the burgers as well.
But yeah, the secret ingredient, flaming spices, herbs and spices, I don't care what they are, but they're really good.
You don't care what they are?
And you know what? KFC have a really good spice. Like, it's not too strong. It's not too sweet. It's just right.
It's just right.
It's just right.
Well, you say that, but I'll get a Zinger burger, right? And I'll get a Zinger burger and it'll taste very plain. It'll taste with the slightest little bit of spice, and then I'll get another one. I'll get a different one, or another day, or different store, and I'll take a bite and I'll go, "Oh, that's got a bit more kick to it." So it does kind of vary depending on the day and depending on the store with the Zinger burgers. Obviously, the original burgers, they always taste pretty much the same.
Yeah, can I tell you the best time to go to KFC? As soon as they open. As soon as they open.
Lunchtime.
When Letitia was pregnant, or when
sure,
after,
I'll get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And go there.
When Savannah was born and she was still in hospital, we used to travel first thing in the morning to the hospital to see her, and we'd stop by at a KFC. I can't remember which road. I think it's Jackson's Road, it's Police Road. Before it meets the highway there, the Princess Highway, I think it is. Yes. Anyway, so 10 o'clock we rocked up at the KFC and we ordered our meals, whatever, and it was the freshest tasting KFC I've ever had. It was so good. We were the first ones in line. No one else was there. We were the first customers.
And you pull the chicken apart and steam's coming out the top.
It was so nice and juicy, and oh my gosh.
So good.
And even the chips, we had another time. Different KFC store as well. The chips were just so good.
So let me ask you a question about the chips, and I guess this is about most chips in general. Do you like, but we'll stick specifically to KFC, do you prefer soggier chips or crispy chips?
There's like a middle section between the two. The middle section between those two, soggy and crispy.
See, I actually am prone to a soggy chip more than with KFC than a crispy chip.
Fair. Yeah.
Unless it's like completely like really like crunchy, crispy fried, like it's dark brown, like it's almost burnt. Those ones are my favorite, but you don't get many of them, obviously.
Yeah. By the way, we should put this out. We're not sponsored by KFC, but if KFC would like to, because you never know who's listening.
I'm sure
or watching.
You just see a KFC executive. He's like, "We got to get these guys."
Troy, we have so many sponsorship opportunities here. We've got all these fast food chains.
They know their stuff. They're definitely not generic, normal people who say the same thing as every single other average bloke.
All I know is that it's finger licking good.
You know the difference between me and most other average blokes?
Go on, tell me.
I got a good eye, mate.
Oh yeah, no, you and a good taste bud, maybe. I don't know. There's probably a thing there.
I hope that becomes a thing. I'm going to make that into a thing.
Yeah, nah.
But
all right, next one. I want to move on to the next one because we could be here for a while talking about KFC. And
I'll just quickly summarize. I used to hate Hungry Jack's and McDonald's.
Ooh.
Yeah, and McDonald's. I'll get into that when we get to Hungry Jack's. But I used to hate Hungry Jack's. McDonald's was always a bit meh. Like it was never. McDonald's is just average from what I say compared to KFC. I've grown up with KFC and I love KFC, and they're the only ones that have Mountain Dew.
Oh yeah, true. Good point. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, which one are we going to next?
So, Pizza Hut.
Oh,
so
that's a good
Pizza
question.
Hut, like what you just said about KFC, I also grew up with Pizza Hut. And back when Pizza Hut had dine-in, and basically they had a buffet where you could just you order your pizza and then you take up a plate or bowl and they'd have the buffet bar there. And you...
See, I don't remember that.
You don't? Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure if you've noticed, but in Victoria, there's not that many Pizza Huts around.
No, there's not. I mean, in general in Australia, there's not many Pizza Huts.
Well, I think there would be even less in Victoria, but I'm not sure. But like when I was younger, I think we went to Pizza Hut maybe I only remember going twice, and the only thing I liked is this specific Pizza Hut. It was on like a 2-story building.
Oh. Okay.
Yep, it was a 2-story building, but the bottom story or the ground level was a car park. So it was like a floating building,
an elevated. Yeah.
Yep. And you walk up the steps to this nice dine-in restaurant kind of pizza joint.
Yeah.
But that's all I can remember. And that Pizza Hut closed down years ago.
There was one in Ballarat, and I think similar situation. It wasn't elevated though, but. It was an older Pizza Hut too. But I think I remember when I was living in Ballarat, I remember just after just before I left, it closed down. But I remember going to there because I was like, I wonder if Pizza Hut's the same as it used to be. It's not. It's nowhere near the same it used to be.
Yeah, because I haven't actually been to Pizza Hut in years. So
right.
We're going to go entirely off what you think of Pizza Hut with this one.
Yeah. So because of the nostalgia and growing up with Pizza Hut, I'm going to go an A.
Okay, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go with a D3, which is a C, because I can't. Honestly, I can't.